So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I draw neo-tribal type designs and then add like a chrome effect to them or like chromify them. I'm going to be using Procreate for the initial drawing and then uploading it into Photoshop to apply the chrome effect. But you can pretty much use any like drawing software for the initial sketch, or even draw it on paper and then scan it and then upload it into Photoshop. So first, I usually like to draw an outline to just kind of know where the drawing's going. It doesn't have to be perfect, just more of a way for you to know what the composition's gonna look like. Then I turn the opacity down and I create a new layer so that I can start to actually draw the shapes in more detail. So here I'm starting to draw some spikes. One thing that I realize actually is kind of like the make or break with these types of metal neo-tribal style shapes is making sure that any sharp edges you draw are like really sharp. Like you want them to look lethal and like pointy. You don't want them to be like blunt knives, you know? So in order to get that like really sharp look, sometimes I even like fade out the ends of the spikes with dots, kind of like this. And I also use stippling in some areas, as you can see here, that I just feel like creates kind of that organic, like not super perfect effect that I feel like looks really good with these types of styles. In this part of the design, I'm doing kind of more curled details. I feel like these paired with the more lethal looking spikes is just kind of a nice contrast. For this specific design, I'm also trying to keep the line work quite elegant, so I'm trying to keep like the lines very fine and close together so it doesn't look like thick or clumsy when we add the chrome effect. I've also found that this like little detail that I'm adding right here is just a cool way to add something interesting to any place where two lines intersect. I don't know why it looks cool, but it just does. Now I'm gonna start on the heart section of the design. I'm only gonna do half of the heart because eventually we're going to flip this entire thing or duplicate it and then flip this entire thing. So it just makes life a lot easier. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. I feel like there's an opportunity to add another line of detail right here, so I'm just gonna add that really quick. Okay, now I'm just going to fill in any gaps in the design so that when we fill it in with the color drop tool, it doesn't like fill the whole canvas. Okay, next I'm gonna fill it in with the color drop tool. Okay, time for the magic. I'm gonna scale that part of the drawing down, duplicate it, bring it to the other side, and it creates perfect symmetry. It's my favorite. Okay, now we're gonna export it, airdrop it to computer or whatever your Adobe Photoshop is. So now we're in Photoshop, I'm gonna start adding the chrome effect. I'm just gonna be tweaking one of the chrome effect presets from my Dirty Glamour Styles pack. It's linked in my bio if you wanna get a similar type of effect. So I'm just going to edit some of these knobs. In Bevel and Emboss, I'm going to change the highlights and shadows to this like cyber blue type color. And then I'm gonna add an inner glow and a blue stroke so that it looks really bright and vibrant. I'm also gonna add a slight inner shadow, satin, and then I'm gonna layer a neutral white gradient overlay. Then I'm gonna add an outer glow to kind of give it that neon cyber effect. Okay, well, this is the finished design. I actually really like how this one turned out. I low-key kind of want to make it into like a real neon sign. Okay guys, well that concludes the video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you learned something. Bye!